Hello and welcome to Spectrum News at 12. My name is Saeed. Minister's swearing-in ceremony begins at Presidential Villa. Governor Umoino pledges to establish model primary health care center in Urafong Oroko local government area. Plus, President Zelensky says Netherlands will give 42 F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. We begin this afternoon from the national scene where the inauguration of the 45 confirmed ministers designate is being held at the Presidential Villa Abuja. This comes less than a week after President Bola Tinubu released the portfolios for the appointees, including former Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike in charge of the Ministry of Federal Capital Territory (FCT) and Festus Keyamo manning the Ministry of Aviation. Some other ministers are Wale Dun for Finance and Coordinating, Minister of the Economy, Adeboyega Oyetola for Transportation, David Omahi Works, Festus Keyamo Aviation and Aerospace Development. And while President Bola Tinubu has redeployed former Governor of Osun State and Minister Adeboyega Oyetola from the Ministry of Transportation to the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. The President also redeployed another minister, Abubakar Momo, from the Federal Ministry of Youth to the Federal Ministry of Niger Delta Development. The presidential spokesman, Ajuri Ngelale, in a statement disclosed that the changes take immediate effect. According to Ngelale, Tinubu also redeployed a minister, Bumi Tunjiojo, to the Ministry of Interior. Away from that, the federal government has disclosed plans to establish satellite seed testing laboratories in the 36 agricultural yields. The Director of Seeds Inspectorate, National Agricultural Seeds Council, Bulus Sule, said the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, was committed to ensuring that Nigerian farmers have access to and plant quality seeds that would give them the assurance of bumper harvests and huge earnings. Sule noted that through the satellite seed testing, the nation's gross domestic product would improve and in turn have a positive effect on the economy. From the Green Chambers, the Chairman, House of Representatives Committee, a state of emergency on malaria, Oga made the call in Abuja in a statement he issued to commemorate the 2023 World Mosquito Day. He stated that, considering the threat malaria posed to humanity, his committee was not unmindful of the challenges faced by Nigerians in the fight against malaria, even as it seemingly continued to defy solutions. In a separate development, the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC), Brigadier General Yushau Ahmed, has called for more support from the National Assembly to enable the scheme continue discharging its mandates of unity and uniting Nigerians. According to him, the support from the legislative arm of the government will assist the NYSC consolidate achievements recorded in the last 50 years of its existence. The NYSC DG made the appeal when he visited the chairman of the Senate Committee on Youth Development, Yemi Adaramodu, and the chairman of the House Committee on Youth Development, Martins Essen. He opined that there is need to foster stronger relationship with the lawmakers to prioritize youth concerns in Nigeria. Back here, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umoino has pledged to establish a model primary health care center in Urafong Oroko local government area. Headquarters, Diocese of Oyobia in Urafong Oroko local government area, where he attended a church service, explained that the Arise Agenda blueprint of his administration which takes development to the grassroots, seeks to better the lots of rural dwellers with quality infrastructure through the provision of conducive learning environment, excellent health care delivery systems, electricity, roads, affordable housing scheme, among others. Governor Noor hinted that his administration is building model primary health care centers across the state to complement the services provided by the secondary health care institutions built by the immediate past administration, explaining that primary health care centers cannot be dispensed with due to the services they render to the people, being the first port of call for medical attention for the rural dwellers. Set up by the state government to work out modalities for the palliative distribution, and informed the people that he is concerned with delivering the palliatives to the vulnerable people who have need for those items. Government House side, Uyo, the state capital, is to identify with the people, using the church as points of contact, noting that he is determined to touch the lives of the people in each of the local government areas. In the meantime, the people of the Ibom local government area of Akwa Ibom State have organized a reception ceremony in honor of the former special assistant to the immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari on Niger Delta affairs, Senator Ita Solomon Enang. A correspondent, Esther Otoyo, who was at the event, completes this report.
Your senatorial district has ever produced, said the ceremony. Speaking at the reception ceremony of Senator Itainang, which was held at Ikpa Old Council Secretariat, Ibionibom Local Government Area, the Chairman Central Planning Committee, Royal Inyang, and the Chairman of the occasion, Nsima Umo, while describing Itainang as the best senator Uyo senatorial district has ever produced, said the ceremony is to appreciate his contributions to the development of the LGA.
Sons, the distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Solomon Enang, OFR. Ekuekong Itainang is the best senator Uyo Senatorial District has ever produced. While that assessment is beyond the gathering of today, Ibionibom people acknowledge that success itself has many brothers and sisters. So for the honoree, we all we proclaim
Chairman Ibionibom Local Government Area, Polycarp Edet, Senator Enang is described as the worthy ambassador of life to the LGA and has merged the local government Federal College of Education. In their goodwill messages, the member representing Itu and Ibiono Federal Constituency, Barrister Ime Okun, the paramount ruler Ibionibom Local Government Area, His Royal Majesty Edidemokuku Ime Inyang, and the Chairman TAF Media Group Mental Projects, and urge other political leaders to emulate the good works.
Itainang has done so much for us, and that's why the traditional institution, Ibionibom Welfare and Development Union, have come together with all the people of Ibiono to appreciate him so as to encourage others who have the opportunity to serve our people to make sure that they bring back something to their own people. So once you have that sort of opportunity, please try and impact on your people and where you come from.
You see his achievements, what he has done. But most importantly, he has brought a federal institution to Ibionibo. Bring a federal presence to Ibiono. Anybody who represents us, either on the federal or state platform, or somebody, an entrepreneur, or whatever you are calling is, you must make sure that you bring something back to Ibiono. That is our message.
Yeah, actually, Itaina has been a very good friend, and he has actually helped us a lot. Even though Ibiono is celebrating him, Oran should be celebrating him also. You see, the Biakuran Road, he had to get a federal government contract to come in and fill in that place with a lot of chipping from Akampa. He has always been helping us. So he's a good friend to the state, he's a good friend. I know that he deserves even more than this. He has worked so much for the state, and particularly DDM. So I want everybody to emulate him and bring things the way they came from. That's what really matters. Not to accumulate wealth for yourself. Accumulate, try to help the people. Like the school here, a lot of people will benefit from there.
Senator Itainang, in appreciation, said he was able to accomplish all the projects because of the support he received from the good people of Ibionibum. He promised to do more by partnering with the state government to ensure that the Calabar-Itu Express Road project is completed.
When you are sent on assignment, be loyal, be very dedicated, don't think of the pains, be sacrificial. Sacrifice even your time and money and comfort. Serve the people because it is a commission, and to eat or what you make out of it. Think of what you give back to the people, because so for somebody to be in political office, he should be more than what to eat. It is about service to the community, because you are sitting on the seat that belongs to everybody. If it is about your food, you can earn it as a private practitioner, but it's about the service of the people. That's why it is public office. Thank you.
Senator Itainang was the former senior special assistant to the president, Niger Delta Affairs, advisor in presidential liaison to the National Assembly from 2015 to 2020, and a member of the House of Representatives for 12 years. He was also a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a member of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, and a councillor into Local Government Legislative Council. Senator Enang has piloted and attracted federal educational and non-educational presence to the state through projects such as creation of the Federal Polytechnic Ukana, Federal University of Technology Ikot Abasi, Federal College of Education Ibionibum, road constructions, among others. The event was climaxed with presentation of gifts to the senator by the chairman, TAF Media Group, Tony Afia. In Ibionibum, Esther Utuyu, Spectrum News.
Now to Africa, where the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has rejected Niger Junta's 3-year power transition plan. ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security Abdel Fattah Musa stated this during an interview with newsmen. Recall that the head of the military junta in Niger Republic, General Abdurrahmane Tiani, had said he would relinquish power within 3 years and warned that any intervention by foreign forces would not be a walk in the park. He stated in a televised address that their ambition is not to confiscate power, as their transition period will not exceed 3 years. According to him, there's availability for any dialogue, provided that it takes into account the aspirations of the people of Niger. Still in Africa, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has reiterated that his country will not be drawn into global power dynamics. Ramaphosa's televised address came ahead of the meeting of the BRICS nations Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa in Johannesburg on Tuesday. He noted that his decision does not mean that the country is neutral on matters of principle and national interest. On the foreign scene, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that the Netherlands will give Ukraine 42 F-16 fighter jets. The president made this known after his visit to the country to meet with Prime Minister Mark Rutte. However, the Dutch Prime Minister said the Netherlands owns 42 F-16s and he would look into how many could be supplied to Ukraine. Reports say F-16s are single-engine multi-role jet aircraft which can be used in air-to-air or ground attack missions. So on the foreign scene, Russian Defense Ministry says the country's air defenses thwarted a second Ukrainian drone attack over the Moscow region in the early hours of today. The ministry said in a statement on Telegram that the Ukrainian UAV was detected and destroyed by on-duty air defense forces over the territory of the Istrinsky district of the Moscow region. It did not say whether the drone caused any damage, but noted that no casualties were reported. Still to come in the news. Novak Djokovic beats Carlos Alcaraz to win title in Cincinnati Open. To stay with us. Many thanks for staying tuned. Now on our business news, data from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission has revealed that Nigeria lost about 249 billion naira crude oil revenue in July following a plunge in the country's oil output by over 4 million barrels in the same month. The data indicated that while the country's total oil production in June was 37.5 million barrels, it dropped to 33.5 million barrels in July. According to reports, the data shows that the country lost about 4 million barrels of oil between June and July, noting that pipeline vandalism and crude oil theft have been blamed as the reason for the plunge in Nigeria's oil output. Still in business, commercial experts have called on the federal government to widen the tax net to include the informal tax business series program with the theme Finance Act 2023 implications on the tax and fiscal outlook for the new administration and the economy. This call came amid Nigeria's low-income generation with debt servicing and recurrent expenditures taking a huge chunk of the annual budget. They added that there is a need to increase. In health, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has identified erratic costs or worsened. Medical Association NMA, Edo State branch, has suspended its chairman, Dr. Udoka Imoisili, deputy chairman, Dr. Okwara Benson, and secretary, Dr. Collins Otoikila. In a communique made available to journalists and signed by the acting chairman, Dr. Ilobe Inebenoshan, and Dr. Emeka Oko, the group said the decision was taken at the business session of the 2023 Edo NMA Annual General Meeting, AGM, and Scientific Conference held at the secretary for refusing to carry out their constitutional duties as demanded by the association. In sports now, Novak Djokovic defeated Carlos Alcaraz under 4 hours to win the Cincinnati Open, compared the draining win to his Australian Open final victory in 2012 when he defeated Nadal in 5 hours and 53 minutes. Still in sports, Aston Villa won for the first time this season as they routed Everton 4-0 yesterday to erase the last weekend's thrashing at Newcastle. Tipped to improve on last season's strong finish, Villa were hammered 5-1 on Tyneside in a shockingly bad start to their Premier League campaign. But Unai Emery's side got back on track in the Villa Park sunshine as goals from John McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Leon Bailey and John Doran brushed aside woeful Everton. Emery will hope Villa's biggest victory of his reign kickstarts a season in which they will compete in Europe for the first time in 13 years after qualifying for the Europa Conference League. And on our entertainment news, 4 former Big Brother Naija housemates have been introduced into the All-Star edition as house guests. The host of the reality show, Ebukao Biuchendo, gave a heads up about their arrival during the live eviction show. The new housemates include Lucy, Prince, Kim Ofra and Omashola. They all entered Biggie's house after the eviction show and were welcomed with excitement by the other housemates. Meanwhile, Kid Wire, one of the housemates on the ongoing Big Brother Niger reality show, was evicted yesterday. Still on entertainment, the Emmy-winning actor Ron Jones has reportedly died following a long-standing pulmonary issue. Reports say Jones was well known for the role of William Hill on This Is Us, the biological father of Sterling Brown's Randall Pearson. He won 2 Emmys for his character in the Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series category, one in 2018 and another in 2020. The actor passed away at the age of 66. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. You've been watching Spectrum News at 12. My name is Xavier Robert. Have a good day. Bye.